of Parliament, and he's the NPP MP for Busumi Franho. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. Hello, sir. Honorable, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah? Sure,
yeah,
I can.
Yes, I can hear you. Your colleague, Honorable Buama, had made a claim earlier, and then your colleague for North Zone has responded, and he said that the information is not accurate. He has called the press and given an explanation from the government's perspective and saying that if he had anything to do with LGBTQI, they would have voted. But this has nothing to do with LGBTQI necessarily. Are you convinced?
I have with me the response from the ministry. And I also did some works and got the copy of the document that set up the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity from the UN. So I have it here. And their mandate is clear, if you permit me to read. You see, recalling General Assembly Resolution 60/251 of 15th March 2006, in which the Assembly stated that the Human Rights Council should be responsible for promoting universal respect for protection of all human rights and fundamental freedom for all without distinction of any kind in a fair and equal manner. These are people, these are independent experts that are protecting queers, all forms, bisexuals, all forms, lesbians, all forms, gays, all forms. These are people that are protecting them, their rights. And the vote was asking you that do you want us to renew their mandate to continue to protect them? Countries were like, no, we don't, because we don't agree. Others were like, yes, we do. Now you are saying, meaning softly, you do. So you come back to the response on Monday. The response on Monday, Ghana abstained in the vote consistent with chapter 5 and chapter 7. Chapter 17 is yeah. All persons shall go for the law. A person shall not be discriminated against on the grounds of race, gender, race, color, ethnic groups, religion, creed, or social. If you recall the bill, some the last colleagues were trying to push past in the House and was waiting for the president to assent. You notice that the act was clear. It abolished it. So what is the minister now saying?
So, Honorable,
what would have happened? Hold on. What would have happened? Hold on. Let me finish. What would have happened if the minister, because I know he specifically instructed the ambassador to vote to abstain. So what would have happened if he had asked the ambassador to vote no? Then he wouldn't have taken time to be explaining all these things to us. He wouldn't have been explaining like somebody who say you will explain tire. No. It was clear issue. Do you agree or not? That the people who are protecting, that the people who are ensuring, that the people who are making sure that these rights are protected. Gays can be gays, queers can be queers, bisexual, sexual, and people who are protecting. They want us to end their rights to protect these people. You said you cannot say. What's the point?
My question, I think abstaining is closer to no than yes, or?
So why didn't you say no? Well, if you are close to no, why didn't you say no?
Maybe you are not sure. You want to check and see.
Not sure of what? Not sure that you don't want it, or not sure you don't want to renew their mandate to continue protecting them. What's the point?
But how fatal is abstaining?
You see, it tells the people that you are not a man of your words. This was a government that did everything possible to ensure that they push and ensure that the bill for LGBT was passed. This was the government that did everything to ensure that stands clear. And I have except from the minister and his position this matter. So if you are just recently, we have some 2 males coming to our Independence Square to take pictures and all that, and they present you with a golden opportunity to state to the whole world our position. Then you have seen, and now you are trying to justify through what means. How? It is a clear deception. It is a clear say one thing get to power and say another thing in power. Clearly. And for us, some of us who seriously stands by this LGBT bill and we are supporting it, we are disappointed. Extremely disappointed.
You stand by the bill?
By the bill that was passed.
Yeah, you stand by it?
Yes, we stand by it.
Were you an MP in the 8th Parliament?
No, I was not. But
you heard that President Akufo-Addo refused to sign it. Why didn't you go on a one-man demonstration to Jubilee House to tell him to sign it? If you were really in support of the bill when it was ready to be conveyed to him.
So you see, the point here is that this cannot be or should not be in a way made it look like I, Asafo, during those times should have demonstrated when I clearly and copiously have responses and positions I took to support the bill. We have suffered the fate by Ghanaians when Akufo-Addo refused to sign it. We have suffered it, and that is why we are in opposition. You enjoyed it, and that is why you are in government. So when people give you their trust, demonstrate that their trust is worth it, and you don't go behind them and stab them. No.
Fair enough. Let me proceed to another subject of interest to you. You said we have spent $1.2 million in the relaunch of our new passports. Tell me more.
Omar, are you there?
I'm here. I wanted you to talk to me more about the press conference you held earlier, talking about our chip embedded passports.
Our point today was simple and clear. We raised a couple of issues that we feel that the international pedigree Ghana has attained was as a decade of hard work by previous government, previous ministers, previous foreign embassies and ambassadors and all that. So, and it has been hinged on our institutional framework. So it is so sad, so drilling to find one person trying to bring all this hard work that we've done, that the country has worked towards, crashing and crumbling, and taking decisions that are costing people time, people money, people, a whole lot, and for other compatriots to be in confusion as to what our direction or international policy direction is. That is what we sought to portray today. And we recounted events that has happened under the latest administration. One is the relaunch of the already launched chip-embedded passports, which for us was a total waste of time, a total waste of resources, and everything to this country. We found no significance of that which was done. And we feel that how do we waste a whole lot of 1.2 million of taxpayers' money to go into this when, I sincerely speaking, it produces no results? Number two, about the U.S. embassy closure. Sincerely, the minority have compiled a litany of list individuals that have one complaint or the other. Some missing their flights, some having wedding schedules even in Ghana that had to miss their flight, as to a whole lot of things that people went through. And you saw some of the videos that went viral. And we think that decision was one decision that has caused Ghana a huge cost and made us radical in the international space. And we see that decision from the minister is something that has plunged the whole country into a whole lot of shame, being ridiculed among the international community. The next one was had to do with the issue of Togo. There has been uncertainty from 8 to 12 June within 2025. There was a whole lot of issues that raised up in Togo. Look, in 2017, we had an example. Within 48 hours, the ministry had issued clear protocols and directives. One, the lines that people have to call if they are in problem or if they are in difficulties, the converging point, and all evacuation protocols were out. Nigeria, as we speak, did that. Ivory Coast did that. Even US did that. When the ministry was approached, asking why we have not done that, the ministry told us that they are still monitoring events. And for us, we felt that that was not right. We have about 5,000, almost 40-something thousand Ghanaians living in Togo. And we feel that as at now, and the minority came up with a roadmap, preferred some clear-cut solutions, how the ministry should approach it. Activate the 24/7 embassy hotlines in Lome, create an emergency WhatsApp broadcast list for quick update to registered Ghanaians in Togo, establish safe assembly points at Ghana Embassy, Cascade Mission Compound, and Ghanaian-owned hotels in Lome and Kara. We stated all these positions free of charge to the ministry, that they must put some of this information not only in Togo but in other countries that people are, the tension within the country are uncertain, so that Ghanaians will have a reliable source of information, a reliable source of contact persons, and a reliable place of abode should something happen. That was the import of the press conference we did today. And we concluded by saying that, look, diplomacy is not, propaganda. Diplomacy is not emotions. Diplomacy is thoughtfulness. Diplomacy is not politics as usual, trying to score cheap political points.
Well.
And we advise the minister to desist and do a lot of consultation and do a lot of backdoor speaking, so that we can have the Ghana at the pedigree that we had it before he took over as the minister.
Thank you for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you.
That's Honorable Asafo Adjei. He's deputy ranking member on